You got to kiss the ring. Everybody, they all got to kiss the ring, man. Come on out here to LA. You'll know. Get in the right circles and you'll see the shit yourself. It's crazy.
Man, that's
And if that's the
disgusting.
case, fuck LA. I don't want to come out there.
I don't see not one brother on this panel that's Scottish. You're not rocking no kilt. I don't see you with no airbag blowing. I seen the one where y'all seen Bay. Highly upset about that. I think a man should be a man at all times. You put your dignity over a dollar. You already had sold out shows. How far you want to go with it?
He explained the kilt, but then he didn't explain the rest of the outfit. He didn't explain those go-go boots he had on.
Shay, no Mos Def slander, man.
I know, right?
What's up with them?
Just like a
what's up with them leg warmers? He got on leg warmers. Dude, Usher got on leg warmers.
A Catholic schoolgirl about to get her hair braided.
Yeah,
nah. The salacious part, he got the knee out with the hip. Y'all ain't people.
He just finished. Shan, you know he just finished 100 sold out shows in Vegas and finna go on the world tour. So what you saying?
Was that was a call?
Hitting on something a little bit. It's hitting on it.
You done made a boatload of money. You got two loaves of bread and salami in each hand, and you still pushing for what? You don't get paid for the Super Bowl. Your sold out shows is like that goes without say. Those states sold out. So what is it really?
No, that goes to Shan's point. And to be honest, we don't know what he made, right? Because Usher's an artist. He's not a producer. He's not a writer. He's just a performer. So he made whatever he made for the residency. He made whatever he made, but we don't know. Was that a Live Nation situation? Yeah, we don't know.
Sure. But really,
Live Nation.
Really,
we just know
a black man with a catalog.
You said what?
And you do a residency of that magnitude in in Vegas, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're not getting chump change.
No, what I'm saying is a lot of times I think, and I really want to start explaining this for people. And Shan, you could check me if I'm wrong, but a lot of times we be pocket watching based on what the gross billings are. We don't know how that breaks down. Number one, we don't know what his contract was and what he got paid. Number two, did you see the lineup that he was putting on an MC Hammer performance with the amount of people that he got on that tour? So we don't know what the expenses were, what Live Nation cut is, and what he ultimately made off of it. Which is why, again, what Shannon is saying is ringing true. And what you just said, he performing in the Super Bowl is free. The joint that he just did with LV, that's more promotion, right? So that just means what Shan said, you got to kiss the ring to get to the bigger check. That the Vegas residencies, I just don't think that was it. I don't think that was
I don't care how much money it is. Ain't no way you should be out there wearing that dress like that. Ain't enough money in the world, man.
The man was just a sex symbol in Vegas.
Yeah, well, we know what community he was a sex symbol before too.
Sheesh, hard out here for a pimp.
I had to throw that in a little bit so we can refresh in the minds. But go ahead, Nelson. True or false? Most men cheat out of curiosity. You heard some of the men speaking on the panel. What is your experience and expertise on this?
It's not that it's false. I think that it's more so a lack of self-control in terms of like what are the foundations you put inside of your life that keep you from cheating? Because it can't just be your woman. It can't just be love. Like you really need to have barriers in your life that keep you from going that far. So that if that might be faith first, then loving your wife, then wanting to have integrity for your kids. Like you need to have multi levels, and then practical things like, are you making sure you stay away from situations that could even lead that way? Are you protecting your eyes with the things you watch that, promote lust? Like you really need to have a lot of things set up that keep you from going down that route. And then even in spite of all of that, you still can, like, because if any one of those barriers is down, then that leads to curiosity creeping in, that leads to somebody else, coming in there and providing some of the things that maybe your wife isn't or girl ain't providing at that time. Some men are in sexless marriages, and like they just start to resent their, the person that they with, and not communicate and work on like improving it. So a lot of small things can creep in and cause you to stray away. That's why when I'm counseling a lot of couples, as bad as it sounds, if a guy comes in, if they're coming in because a guy cheated, I'm not necessarily going to be like throw the relationship away, because you don't know all of the context that goes into what caused him to fall. Like he could be a good dude in a series of bad circumstances, and you know him thinking poorly for a long period of time, or struggling with self-esteem, or struggling with lust. Like it's normal experiences for men. So I will say the self-control and having the barriers in place are the things that can lead to curiosity creeping and things like that.
Nelson, do you think that it mirrors substance abuse? Like when you look at it bar for bar in any kind of way?
It depends on the reason for the cheating. So like I was saying, when it comes to like lust, then yeah, it can look like addiction, because you might go through that the cycle of the lust building up, you watching a lot of P word, and then requiring a lot of sex, and then when you go and step out, you feel the intense guilt, and you promise yourself you're never going to do it again, and you do good for a while, and then that urge slowly starts to come back, and it ends up hitting you again. For other men, it could be self-esteem. Like they don't feel like their wife appreciates them. They don't feel like the girl is like looks at them in a positive way, and somebody else can creep in and provide those things that person is insecure about, so they end up stepping out. So there's different layers to it.
Okay.
Drug addictions have triggers too, the same way. Like I really think it's a huge parallel to this. That's why I asked a question like that.
Yeah, there's different triggers. So for it could be work stress, could be something. It could be being rejected. You know what I mean? Like there's different things that can trigger those thoughts to start coming, and then those urges to start coming. So one of the big things also for the guys that are struggling with lust is identifying what those triggers are, and then learning how to develop better coping skills, so that way you don't go down that road. But even still, the best of men can still end up falling at any point in time. Like this is a struggle that like 90% of men are struggling with, some form of like lust, or corn and things like that. So it's not, by no stretch of the imagination is it easy.
Elson, quick question. You got any clinical certification?
Yeah, I'm a nationally certified counselor and a licensed professional counselor.
You sound like one.
I hope that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
All right. I'm gonna start speaking a little bit more, Kenneth, so I can announce my certifications as well. Stay tuned. Go ahead, Mr. Shannon Ross. We're gonna go to you. I know you coached tons of women and men, and you have a huge Patreon with a lot of men seeking counseling there as well. What's your expertise on this? True or false? Most men cheat out of curiosity.
Oh man. Oh, real quick. Usher made about 40 million on that residency. That's what he brought home.
How can you leave with Jesus? How can you leave with Jesus?
He also made $40 million for selling his.
Is that what it grossed? Is that what it grossed?
No, it grossed more. It grossed more. That's what he took home.
Rilla. He also just made another 40 piece for selling his interest in the Justin Bieber label. Yeah. I don't think he's starving.
Not necessarily. You can gamble that money away. Like you could be up 40 million and lose that shit in a day. And I know it sounds crazy, but it's people who do that shit in the league. Be owing money and having to throw games and shit because they owe that money from gambling.
That 40-20 automatically, right, Shane?
Say again?
That 40 turns to 20 automatically, don't it?
Oh, after Uncle Sam come in.
Okay. Then you got agents. Right.
Yeah, and they all eat off all of that.
Yeah.
They don't eat off the gross. The gross
Attorney.
goes to the house.
Yeah.
Mhm.